Alrighty, how's it going, everybody? 1 of 1 back again. You like that fade out of black transition right there? That's the game doing it. It's not actually me. I'm just timing it. All right, so we are back on Vulcan. We're looking at our little power setup thing here, and I suppose I should let you know. I did do, like you can tell, we left the last one at like 77% or whatever. Now we're at 50. So I did do a little work over here. It's not going to look like anything has really changed, but I did a whole lot and then I put it back to the way it was. I figured something out. So this thing right here, right? So this condensation valve and this condensation chamber basically do the exact same thing, right? But here's the difference. When water or whatever, when gas condenses through here, it heats up, right? That puts the heat in here, which then goes through here and heats up all of this stuff as well. So, in my opinion, unless it's for like safety or something, I don't think we actually want this thing on there. But you can see now that stress is going up a little bit, but then it's going back down as this thing picks up more of the, you know, more of the liquid out of here. So, but yeah, you would not believe how many times I literally spent 4 hours just on this in here. I built it up, I redid it, put it back together again, like all of this blue stuff, that's all stuff that I've taken apart, putting back together. So all of this, that's now going up there. Yeah, so I turned this thing off, and I turned this thing off. This, maybe I could turn on, because that would just add in more cooling over here, but that wouldn't put the cooling in there, which is where we want the cooling to be, so I don't know. But, so with this, I mean, I don't know, man. We want this, well, technically we want this to be cold, right? And I don't... So we're convecting about twice as much as we were before, which is not much because it's just joules, it's not kilojoules or anything like that. But I don't know, like the temperature in here is slowly, emphasis on slowly, going down. And that seems to be doing a thing, and I've just been kind of like adjusting this thing like a little bit at a time. So like if we make it go down or whatever, like this will drop a little bit more eventually. Unless it just doesn't want to drop anymore, which possible. But yeah, so and then that's at 46.9. But yeah, so like my thought is that all of the condensation should happen in here because then all of the heat from condensation gets shipped out, which I think is what we want. But at the same time, I think like the fact that it's cool in here, like I don't know if I need to lower the temperature in here, raise the temperature. I mean, I think I have to lower the temperature. But I don't know, man. It's doing a thing. It's slowly cooling the room down, so I'm just gonna leave it. I don't know. I still don't understand it. And then this has been, well, not happy. So that is why we are going to be doing more of the battery stuff. Okay. And now we are here. Okay, so with the coding, where we left off is we set up these to be worked upon. So memory, solid generator, right? And then this will control whether or not that gets turned on. So for example, if I were to increase this by 1, right? That turns that on, right? So that's really all we're going to be doing in here. And then if I decrease it by 1, then it turns it back off. So that's really all it's doing. And the same thing for the Stirling engine room downstairs. I think I've got that set up too, but we'll just double check it. So, yes, we want this to increase by 1. That'll turn that on. And then if we decrease it by 1, it turns it off. Yep. Okay, so then this is being properly controlled here. So now I suppose all I have to do is throw that control in here, and then you can see the drop off with, okay, so that's that, and that's us putting power back in, but once we turn that off, it drops the power way down, so, and then you can see it here too, which is kind of cool. But yeah, so we're really low over here. Yeah, that's low, and I know that in there is really, really low. So we got to figure out when to turn on the Stirling engine. So, oh, and that just kicked up a little bit. That's interesting. I wonder if there's going to be another storm coming soon. Probably not. Probably not. All right, so let's go back into the coding here and see if we can remember what it was that we were doing. Okay, so we have our memory here, which is what we need. So that's already set up, and then all I have to do is just remember the name that we put on there. Okay, so this is just getting all of the values, more values, more values, more values. Okay. And then from here, we're going to go into, let's do manual power generation. Well, that all has to be one word, right? Manual power generation. Okay, so from there, I mean, this is just gonna have to go down here anyways, but so that is the end of diagnostics. Okay. Okay, now from here, we need to grab some values and then figure out what we need to do. So that'll be fun. And I can pretty much, since we're done with everything down there, like I can pretty much use all of this. So let's see, B reader, that's the, yeah, it's the logic reader. Branch? No, not branch. B, what is branch? Bulk? No. Brain. Brain is not braining already. It's just the start of the video. That is not a good sign. Okay, so state of charge average. We'll use that because that should be set. Okay. So now we need our values, right? So we're going to go with our emergency value first. So, and assuming that our state of charge is still holding it there, which I'm assuming is going to be the case. Let's see, that's going to be an if statement. So branch if less than, okay, so that's going to be state of charge average. Okay, so if A is less than B, go to C. Okay. And then from here, so this is going to be like the worst case scenario. So this is going to be, let's see, solid generator. And then this will jump back to whatever the next thing is. And then we have our Stirling generator, and that's going to be kind of like our more just basic, I guess, stuff. Okay, so that'll be, okay, so we probably want to turn this on if we get below 25%. So then that will be our solid generator. Oh, wait, no. That's, we can do this in a different way. Okay, so set less than. Oh, right. I'm going to need a Boolean value. Alias Boolean. R6. Okay. So this will store the 1 or the 0, right? So Boolean, so let's see. Register equals 1 if A is less than B. Okay, so then A is going to be our state of charge average. And if that is less than 25, we're going to set the Boolean to 1. And then from here, we have to set to memory. So no, that's SBN. Device hash is going to be memory with the name. And then logic type is going to be setting, and that's going to be our Boolean value. And then this is, we'll leave that in there. And let's see, memory, comma, space, solid gen, all one word. Okay. So memory, comma, solid gen. Wait, was that memory or mem? I don't remember. Mem, solid gen. Okay. Mem. Okay. Now, if we get down to 25%, and actually I should probably find the lowest one, but I can't really check the state of charge for any other thing. So yeah, we'll just keep it at the average. It'll be fine. Okay, so if our state of charge is less than 25, it's going to turn on the solid generator. If it's more than 25, so it's going to keep flapping it on and off again. I need like a latch. It's the logical term for it, like something that will stay on until I turn it off. Now, a way to do this would be to get the current status of the memory, and if the status is 1, then leave it on if our state of charge is less than a different value, a higher value. So if we wanted to charge just between 25 and 35% or whatever, so how would we do that? There would be some sort of a compare. And I'm seeing if I can like just compare the Boolean to itself, but I don't know if that's a thing that I can do. And Boolean, in case you weren't aware, is just, it's true, false, 1, 0. It's just, you can only have 2 possible values in there. So let me see. And actually, do I need this? I could just pause the game, right? So we need like an and or something. So if it's less than this, set that to that. So do I need like a low voltage or low charge? Hang on. Alias low charge at R7. Alias super low charge at R8. Okay. So let's see what we can do here. So if we set this to low charge, okay, so now I need to somehow mess with the values in such a way that I can easily get a latch. Now that's what I'm trying to do here, is build a latch. So if our charge is low, well, hold on. We're going to want the low charge to be, and this will be super low, right? So super low charge if we are under 35%, right? Okay, so that'll be just on. But I don't want to turn it on unless we're at 25%. So if we're at super low charge, so that's going to be a range of 25 to 35. And honestly, I should, hang on. Okay, and then I'm going to need to get, let's see, low LBN. We're going to put this into Boolean, basically all of this. Yeah, so device hash, oh, that's all of this, okay. Device hash, name hash, logic type, and then batch mode is just going to be 0, which will be average, right? So it doesn't matter. It's just going to pull off one value anyways. Okay, so then our Boolean is going to be here. So if our Boolean is on, well, we're going to need an on-off then too. Alias on off. It's going to be R7, R8, R9. I need so much stuff in here, dude. Okay. So if we're at a super low charge, that'll just throw a 1 in there just for storage, right? And then the Boolean, we'll check to see if the thing is on. Or we're going to load into the Boolean to see if it's on. Well, that's for the memory. That should probably be bool memory. Bool mem bool, I don't know. That'll make an error here. Do we do that? Okay. Okay. And now we need to use a logic function. And then we're going to put the result of that logic function into on off. So we have to fill on off with something. All right, so now we do a logic table, right? So let's just do X, Y, so we can have a 0, 0, 1, or 1. And then this can be a 0, this can be a 1, this can be a 0, this can be a 1. Okay, and then our results. Okay, so if, now we just like work out like what we want this to be. So if we are not super low charge and our memory is not on, we want to have a 0 here. We don't want to turn anything on. Okay. And then, okay, so X being our super low charge. Okay, so if we're not super low charge, but our memory for the solid gen is on, we want that to be a 0 because we want to turn it off, right? Okay, now if our super low charge is showing that we are super low charge, but the memory for the solid gen is not on, meaning we haven't turned anything on, we still want that to be a 0, I think. And then, let's see. Wait, no, I think this isn't quite what we need. Because if that's on and that's on, then we want to keep it on. Because if we're super low charge and the memory is on, we want to keep it on. But we still have to turn it on too. So this is an AND function right here. So that, or would that be, no, because 0 and 0 is still going to give us 0 with an AND function. It's just going to be if we're 1 and 1, that'll give us the 1 output. Okay. Okay. So we still have to turn the thing on at 25, right? So would we do... I wonder if I can just copy, put this here, right? So set batch, turn that on. Okay, but now the memory is going to be what actually turns the thing on. So if it's already on, right? Okay, so let's go through this again. So if our charge is super low and our stuff is off, well, so sorry, if we're not in super low charge and our stuff is not on, we don't want to do anything. We basically want to keep it the way it is. And then let's see. So then if we're not super low charge, but our device is on, we want to turn it off. Okay, so that's true. And then if our super low charge is true, but our device is off, we want to turn it on, don't we? Or no, because that's as we're going down, right? So we haven't quite turned it on yet. Okay, so this still isn't really fixing the latch issue. And then, of course, if we're super low charge and the thing is on, we want to turn it on. Or we want to keep it on. Okay, so then that is going to be a device hash, name hash, logic type, and then we have to set it from here. Hang on, I'm going to see if there's a way to do a latch online. Let's see, Stationeers, coding latch. I don't even know if that's going to bring up anything. Probably not. Advanced IC10 programming. Yeah, all this is just like basic programming. This isn't like advanced. Like this would be like an advanced question right here. Okay, so I'm just gonna assume that it's not there. Okay. If I remember correctly, Kawzar Evil created a latch in one of his codes in one of his videos, but I don't remember which one. It's all right. I'm smart enough. We can figure this out, right? Okay, so if we, hold on, let me just take this. Okay, so we want this thing to be turned on, right? Copy, we'll put that in there. And then this is just going to be on off. And then this, if we are below 25, we definitely want it to be on, just straight on. So that will set that to there. So that will immediately set a 1 either here or here. So we're dealing with one of these two conditions. And then, let's see. So that will set batch memory. Okay, so let's put some explanation here. Check if below 25%. Turn on if below 25%. Okay. Now we're going to check to see if we are super low charge. Okay, so that's if we're still under here. So that's going to set this right here. Okay. And then we're going to load into bool the memory. Well, hang on. We might not need to do that. Okay. All right, I'm just reading through this right now. Okay, so set less than on off. SOC average is less than 25. Okay, so immediately turn it on if we're below 25%. Okay. I might actually be able to save this until this part down here. And then just take this out entirely. Because, I mean, this is all going to process in a single tick anyways. So we should be okay here. Okay. So all right, and then I think we want to do an AND here. And then we're going to store this into on-off. And then we're going to compare this to on-off. And then, let's see, super low charge. Okay, so this will AND these things together, right? So it's going to perform this logic right here. So we're going to store the answer to this. So that's going to be the Z column. We're going to store that into on-off. Okay, so that'll turn this on because it's below 25. And then let's see, SLT super low charge, SOC average 35. Okay, and then if we're still in between 25 and 35, right? Or actually if we're just below 35, this will be on, right? So as soon as we hit above 35, let's say we go to 36, this goes from being a 1 to being a 0. And then we're dealing with this condition here, which should turn on, off, off. I think that'll work. And then if it drops below 35 again from here, once it turns this off, so then we go into these conditions here. And as long as on-off is off, there's no way we can get an answer out of here, so it would wait until on-off gets forced back on by being under 25. Yeah, I think that'll work. And then of course we're going to load that into our Sterling, or whatever. This is for, we'll just do solid generator. And then we can just get rid of that here, get rid of that there. And then we can go into the next one, and we're basically just copying the same thing. But we're gonna have to use a different on-off. Okay, so we're gonna need an on-off 1 and then an on-off 2. And then alias on-off 2, R8, R9. I'm using way too many registers, dude. And a lot of these things I'm not even using, once it's gone through all of this, but whatever, it's fine. Okay, and then we'll go into the Sterling generator. So we're basically just copying the same thing, except we're using on-off 2. And if our state of charge average is below 50, well, no, this is when we want it to be on, absolutely on. Yeah, I think if we drop below 50, that's what I'm going to want that to be. And then set less than, this is just going to be the low charge, SOC average, and then this will be the upper limit to when we turn it back off. And we'll say that's 65, 75, what do you think? 65? Let's try 65 for now. Okay. And then we perform the latch function, so on-off 2, on-off 2, low charge, okay. So this is going to check to see if both we're below 50% and we're at a low state of charge. And then if all of that is good, actually it doesn't matter if it's good or not because it's going to do the same thing anyways, or it's going to do a function anyways, whether it's, and then let's see, let me just get this thing on off 2 and then throw in a little. So turn on if below 50%. But I'm thinking I probably want this to be overlapping here a bit. So maybe we'll bump this up to 40 and we'll put this one at 35. So that way, once this gets us up to over 40, the Stirling engine will be on by that point, and it'll continue to stay on until we get up to 65%, but it will turn off the solid generator until we get that done. So turn off if below 35, or turn on if below 35%. Okay. And then I need to get the name of that memory. All right. That is mem boom room. Okay. Okay, so that is going to be mem boom room. Okay. Then that will jump us back to the start. And then I think I want to have some LEDs up here. Like it'll turn on if like our Stirling generator is on or if our solid generator is on. And I thought there was a way to like change the color or something too. So let me see about that. We need, I mean, right now nothing would be turned on right now. So that looks bad, but we're actually fairly decent on power. Now the only thing that isn't very good is over here. I mean, we're at 4 over there and 2 over there. That's actually not bad. Okay. And I think the Stirling generators are still on, I think. Yeah, we're pumping in 9,000 watts right now, but we're actually draining out of the batteries. Huh. So if I were to turn this off completely, actually, yeah, so if I, let's see, turn this off. Now let's see what we're at. Yeah, that dropped way off. So you can see now that we're dropping farther. So even with the Stirling room on, we're still not generating enough to put us into a charge mode. And you can see that our generated is way, way, way down. And again, it is night out, so I can't really expect too much out of that. And we're not actually dropping all that fast, so it's all right. Okay, so we've got that. I want to get the LEDs over here. I don't even know where I'm going to put them, to be honest. But let's just get those in here. Is that just going to be under light? Yeah, okay. And we'll get 2 of these, okay. Yeah, and Cowser Evil had like a whole like way of like, I don't know, like, oh hey, check it out. We're actually, wait, are we in a storm right now? No. Okay, but our charge is like going way up. And you can see the result in the circuits, like we're still losing power, but we're losing less power. And then as that spikes up, these spike up too. So yeah, I'm liking the readouts here. It's a really good indicator of how we're doing as far as power goes. Okay. So, let's see. I'm going to want to put these on here somewhere. Hydration critical. And then that's just going to be over there. It says my hydration is critical. It can wait. It's fine. All right, now let's see if I can get this. That is really hard to see. Okay. And that can go down. Okay, so that should connect those in. Yep. Good. All right. Now, LED, solid gen, LED, Stirling. Okay. Now, let's see. If we go into our LED, small LED, this little guy here, is that the right one? Yeah, so we can write the color here. What does that require? Oh, okay. This is funny. It is an unwavering universal law that anything higher than 11 will be purple. The ODA is powerless to change this. Similarly, anything lower than 0 will be blue. All right, so we want that to be red. Okay. So, SBN. Oh, I'm gonna need the small LED. LED Bigly. Wait, is the small LED one that I'm using already? Hang on. It's for hash state of charge. Hang on. Do I have LEDs in? No, I have these things. Oh, I should probably call that a light then. I mean, it is, man, that's rough. Call it a light. Yeah, we'll just call it a light. It'll be fine. Okay, so we're actually charging circuit 1. Circuit 2 is still discharging. So I think what that means is that we'll start shoving more into here and less into here to keep that up. I think that's how the game runs the logic for that. So you can see we're charging now over there, sort of, at least trying to. Okay, right. Let's confirm. Go back into here. LED. Well, let's just look up light. And then if we look up the kit lights, there we go. And that gives us all the different options here. So we have a diode slide, light round angled, wall light. Yeah, so I think we need this. So that will be this hash right there. Okay, so then I need to define that up here. So define light as that right there. And now I can refer to it using the SBN or LBN. Okay, so SBN light hash. And then all we're doing here is the quotes signify a string value. And then this is going to be color, and I thought the color was 6 for red. Okay, so then this is light. Did I put in a comma? And then solid gen. Color 6. Okay. Let's go back in here. No, 4. Okay. So if we want to set the color to red, that'll go there. And then, I mean, I could just set the color at the start and just leave it there. I don't think I need to continually set it, but it's fine. And then, let's see, SBN light hash light, comma, solid gen, and then on is going to be on, off 1. Okay, so that way when we're setting our solid generator on, the light will also come on, and it'll also be a red color when we do so. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing over here. So SBN light hash, make it a string, and then we're going to put this into color, and then 4, and then SBN light hash string on off 2. All right, and then this will be light, comma, sterling. And light, comma, sterling. There we go. Okay. Now let's just verify that that is what those things are. Yeah, so it's a comma in there. Okay, that should be good. Oh, hey, we just got a big bit of charge in there. That's cool. Not really putting in all that much, though. Like, this one is putting in more than this one is. What's up with that? Okay. Oh, I'm taking damage now. We should probably get something to drink. Okay. That's what happens when you're having too much fun, right? Just take that off, I guess. Eat. There we go. You can go into there. I suppose you can go there. Hop in here, take a little quick shower. Good enough. Nope, that is not where that goes. All right. That can go there, that can go there. Good to go. All right. Let's get back to work. Okay, so now we get to see if this thing works. So we're going to take that out. We're going to export it. Stick it back in. Do we get... Hey, it's all green. No errors in the coding, so that's good. And okay, so it did turn them red, so that's good. And honestly, we can, after they're turned red, we could probably just take that bit of code out, couldn't we? And then, let's see, I'm gonna want a couple of signs. Where's my light? There we go. So I think they're called signs. Displays? Signs? Sign? Yeah, okay. So we're gonna want 2 of these. And we'll stick those on the wall. Ta-da! Yay. Okay. So that is good there. I don't think we need that on right now. This is still on. Does that need to be on? Do you need to be on? Do you even have anything in there? You don't have anything in there, which means you don't need to be on. And then you could probably get turned off too, right? Do we have anything for water in here? We have 31 liters of water in there. Jeez, dude. How do I have so much water? Okay, so we'll need to toss that in there somewhere. All right, so this is going to go to here. That is going to go to there. And then we need to change this. All right, so this is going to be solid generator. Confirm. This is going to be Sterling generator. Confirm. Okay, so there's that. Oh hey, oh wow, we're really charging. So was it just those things that was causing all the drain? Because like now we're like putting super mega amounts of power in there, which is great because that's what we want. I didn't realize that thing took that much power. Okay. Anyways, let's go and dump all of that water into our greenhouse because we like having water in the greenhouse. Generally makes things live longer. And these are ready to go. These are probably also ready to go. Yeah, 299, 32 liters. That's a lot. Oh, I don't have this thing here. Why don't I have this thing there? I mean, I'm pretty sure that the pipes can handle whatever I'm going to put in there. Yeah, let's just put in the pipes. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Totally fine. Okay, so we want to look into pipes, which I have no access to except here. So we have 29.6 in there currently. We can have 2,360 liters in just the pipes themselves. So that will dump all of the water into there. Sorry for the little snappy sound there. That was my soda from lunch. Plastic bottles, you know. Dr. Pepper. Good stuff. Okay, so that is doing a thing. Good. Do we want to harvest all of this? I suppose we could. I wonder if I should put like a plant button on here too. I probably should. Probably be really easy to do too. But now we'll just tell that to plant. Tell these to plant. Tell all of these to plant. Tell all of these to plant. Yeah, so I've got grow light. I've got a logic switch. I don't have a logic IO though. So all I'd have to do is just set up another batch writer. Or I could set the batch writers up here and just have the switches down here. That could work too. Semi-automatic Harveys. And it's useful because I want to keep the ferns out there up until the point that they're about to die. And then, you know, I want to harvest them. Because, I mean, they'll continue to produce oxygen and then I don't have to worry about anything. Okay, and now we're draining again. Okay. So now we get to see if all of this stuff is going to do anything. And then also I should pick a color for each one of these things, right? So what do you think? We'll make circuit 1 orange. Because why wouldn't we make it orange? No, I don't want to... Can I not change? Hang on. This is open or closed? No, that's open. Okay. I can't paint that apparently. Okay. I can paint that. I can't paint this. Why can I not paint that? Okay, this is... This does not appear to be right. Hang on. No, you can go there. You can go here. Can we not paint these things? I just want to paint it, man. Alright, well, it's not letting me paint it. And I can't paint that thing either, but I can paint that. And then for the other color, I'm thinking blue. Oh, you know what I could do? I could actually turn... Okay, so this is circuit 2, right? So let's... Oh, hey, that actually changed the line color, too. Look at that. That's fancy. Okay, and then we'll take the orange, and then we will paint all of these. I should probably paint this thing, too, right? Now, technically, this thing would also be painted blue. Because that goes to here, in circuit 2. Alright, well, there's that. We have a little bit of spice, a little bit of color in here. You can't even tell that that's blue right there. It's alright. Okay. So now we just need to wait for the power to drop low enough to need to turn all of this stuff on, and you don't need to be on right now. How are we doing over here? Okay, so we're still in the green on the bottom battery, in the red on the top one. So it'll take a little bit more. We are draining though, so. And I can probably pick that back up. Toss that back into my pocket because that's where a laptop goes, right into your pocket. All right, and then we can probably fill this in. See, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I want to see like all of the little stuff. And I don't know if we have anything that allows me to see all of that. Because right now it's like, what can I do with this? There's nothing I can do with this. It's just stuck. Nope. Turn off the light. Ooh, look at that. Fancy. But yeah, it is kind of interesting that you can change the color of the graph by changing the outside color of the console itself, so that's kind of cool. Circuit 2 is still using a lot of power. I suppose that makes sense though, because that's running, I believe it's running all of this. I could be wrong though. And then I could put in some coding into each one of these things, or just make like a batch code for like the entire process here. Maybe throw it into there somewhere. That's actually not even on right now. There's no errors in it. Okay. Maybe we'll look into this. And then I could take each of these air conditioners, and these are all just, I could just batch right to these things. Except I would need to check them individually for temperature. Or if this thing isn't on, then those things don't need to be on. But at the same time, like, would we need it to be on just to keep this kind of cool? I don't know. I don't know, but this is probably like my main power draw right now. I don't think anything else is really drawing all that much power. We're charging more, which is interesting. That's probably just wind power though, if I had to guess. Yeah, these are draining pretty quickly. It's at 39%. So I wonder if this battery would die before these ones got low enough to trigger the average. Well, I mean, then again, to get to 50%, which is what I think the low... Was it below 50%? Did I turn that one on? Or is it below 35%? So these would have to be at 70%, and that would have to be at 0%. Which, you know, maybe we'll get there. We're kind of like on the edge. I don't know. I'm just kind of like waiting. Oh, hey, what was that? Is that sunlight? Okay. So we're generating more, but we're still burning power. And I could always put in like more generation too if I really, really need to. But I'm kind of wondering if I should do a compare and then figure out what the lowest circuit is and then use that as the baseline. But then again, if we do that when the other one is at 100%, then I think that just means that we need to balance the load better. See, that's why we need like power switches. You know, kind of like how we have valves, right? That either turn on the flow or off the flow. We need the same thing for batteries. And not just transformers, because I mean, technically that is what they do, but I mean like actual just straight up switches. And then smart switches too that could be controlled, because then we could depending on, like, let's say that our circuit 2 is low right now, and then our circuit 1 is high, I could flip a switch and have that, like, one section of that's only fed by circuit 2 be fed by circuit 1. I mean, this is how power works in the real world too. So, like, if you have too much draw on one circuit, you can actually branch it into another one. And then that way you can get your power going in there properly. But it all has to be done intelligently, right? And then, you know, at least in the company that I work for, we have like a control center. And then that controls like the entire area. And it's just got like antennas everywhere that are reading off of everything. And it's just like, it's literally a command center, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, they're just constantly loading, like, or looking at like where the power is being used. And then, you know, a lot of that stuff is set to switch automatically, but sometimes if it's like something big or whatever, or if they're trying to manage outages, or if we're doing construction on a certain thing, we need to turn off a section. But let's say that that section feeds like 3 other sections, and we need to figure out how to feed those other 3 sections while we turn off just this one section, right? So all of that requires very, very, very smart circuitry, I guess. And it would be cool if we could do that here. And we just don't have it yet. And I don't even think it would be that hard to implement either. Like, I really don't. I mean, unless there is something in there already, but I don't think there is. So yeah, that's the only thing we have is a logic switch, but that's not going to help us out. Now, I mean, I could make it work if I did like a transformer, right? And then you would just have 2 transformers that feed the same area, and you would just turn off one or the other based on what circuit you want it to run off of. I mean, sure, but that just, I don't know, it just seems kind of clunky, I guess. Whereas like you could have just a switch where it would do like a seamless changing of power, so you don't get an outage as you're switching between one or the other. And then you don't want to have both of these on at the same time powering the thing. Like I don't know if the game would be okay with that, but in real life you don't want to have 2 feeds feeding the same circuit, because that's how you blow things up. I don't know. It's definitely interesting, and I could see myself like having 2 lines for the 2 circuits, and like having both branched off into each section, and like doing like a smart control where it's like, okay, we're gonna have this section run off of this circuit for this amount of time, and then we're gonna flip it over to this circuit so we have an even draw of power. But again, I don't know if that's gonna be a thing that we can do. I'm doing a lot of talking. Let's make some flat walls and finish all of this up here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. Okay. Let's see, flat wall. And then we're going to want, let's see, 15. I'll make those. All right. If we turn that off and turn that off, does that save us any amount of power on here? It's hard to tell. Maybe. It could just be that we're charging more too, so I don't know. It's like the concepts here are good. I just think we need a little bit more, a few more options. And I should probably put in another large battery in here too, just to complete, you know, the area, and then, you know, complete the room too. Maybe put like a, I don't know, like a doorway or something in here. Could be interesting. All right, how are we doing over here? Are we just about done? We have 13, so we are just about done. All right, last one. Excellent. Thank you. All right, so let's head outside. We'll set those up, get them in. Make it look a little nicer up there. Oh, I'm not even looking at my feed right now. Okay. We are actually at an hour in the video though. So, I mean, we made good progress. We tied in both the Stirling engine and the solid generator into our, power system. So that's good. And that should help get a little bit more natural light down in there, because these have a tendency to reflect light a little bit better. Okay. So that'll be good there. All of our solar panels are still looking pretty good. Probably put some more somewhere. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. That can go there. Good to go. Yeah, that just looks nicer now. You know what I mean? Like, it looks more complete. Except for when you look under here and then it's all like, what is all of this? Okay. Well, I think I could put in like a wall with a window here. Do I have a wall? I have a padded wall. I don't have a regular wall. Okay, let me make one of those real quick. And also a door. Okay, so wall, making one of those. And then a door, interior door. And then we'll make one of those. There we go. Wonderful. All right, now we're gonna put the interior door here. We'll make it glass because reasons. And then that can go there. And then, let's see, we're gonna need some plastic on here and some glass. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so there's that. We can now see what each circuit is doing more or less. This one is actually charging now, so that's good. Oh, did I turn off that thing? I did not. All right. I could probably turn off this thing too if I'm not using it, right? There's no reason to keep that on. Oh wow, that actually jumped our power up quite a bit. I guess that uses up a lot of power. Huh. Okay. If we turn that off, does that jump it up a little bit more? Yes, it does. Okay. So it's just because I'm like leaving things on, but I mean overall, I think we're kind of okay. Then we have our little battery room, and it is vented, right? So that's what little vents are. So whatever pressure is out here is going to be whatever's in there. So that'll be fine. But it just kind of creates like a little bit of separation, which I kind of like. Oh, and there is the storm, which is going to cause all of our power to go insane. Yeah, so it jumped up to like, yeah, that's insane. 52,999 or 95 kilowatts right now, or that's, what is that, 52 megawatts? Yeah. So the batteries last from storm to storm, and I think, yeah, these are charging insanely high. Yeah, so you can see here, right? So both of these circuits are connected up to the same charging thing, but this one's getting 4,000, this one's getting 2,100. And I think that's because of the power or the charge rate or charge whatever thing in here. But yeah, so you can see our overall charge is jumping up, so that's good. But yeah, I'm cool with this. So with that, our power system is done for the most part. Solid generator is not on. Our Stirling generator is not on either. And then if I see those on, I'll know that we're going to have a power issue or something. So I should not have to mess with this again, and it will just be set automatically, which means I just have to make sure that that thing stays full of, you know, solid stuff. All right, but that is going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and if you did, well, actually, hold on. Before we do that, let's check in here and see if we've dropped the temperature at all. It was 34, I believe. And we are now at 32. Okay. So, yes, we are actually dropping the temperature in there. Good. All right, so now that all that's done, I can go into my clothes. All right, so hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you did, hope you'll join me for the next one. But until then, have a good one.